Buzz with Jess Lujan.
Coach Wyatt and Gio Espiritu, media officer, with us from the Guam Football Association, the Matao team. Man, that video. Tell us a little more about that, more in detail, and I mean that. I mean, you know, gave me the chills. Anytime there's a Guam mention here, you know, these. Quite a few of them are my relatives.
Yep.
One of them is my son. And so it really gives me the chills to see that, and most especially when you see the Guam rankings, and they're looking at Guam as a model of a developing, you know, soccer entity.
No, it's great for all the hard work that's gone before, like the players were talking about. You know, this has not happened overnight. This is 10 years in the making. And the support that everyone has given it, not only the coaching, the administration, you know, the families, the sponsors, everybody. So I'm glad it gives you chills, because it should, because it's something you should be proud of. The FIFA Football Mundial program is an absolute, it's a necessity for a football fan, a soccer fan in the world, so everybody watches it. So for us to be on it and be featured like that is a real honour. And we're very pleased that they picked us for it. But at the same time, I believe we've also earned that right by doing the right things.
Yeah, no, and when you're looking at this, you know, and I'm looking at these, the gentlemen who are here, of course, Scott and Dominic. I'm saying they're, you know, they're part of the team, paving the way for the other players that are coming behind them. And you have really young players. You have ones that are ready to take over. Then you have ones that are a few years away from that. But you have feeder players all along the way. And so, you know, if you're a few years behind, just think how much more the team would have progressed for all the ones that are in front of you. So these guys are one paving the way, and they're going to be Hall of Famers, basically.
That's why it's so important now. You know, we've had a little bit of success. There's more success to have. It's so important now that everybody gets behind this, because it's at the cusp of the wave where it's ready to go. And if you go up to the National Academy during the week, you'll see these youngsters, these under 8 players, who these guys won't mind me saying, that were here earlier, who are far better technically than these guys were, because they've had the training on a regular basis. So if you look at the future, it's very bright. But now it's a time for everybody in Guam to get behind the Matao, because we represent Guam when we're out in the international scene.
Yeah, Jill, you've done a tremendous job getting the word out whenever you guys are not only on island but off island in regards to results that, you know, pretty much from the pitch on, you know, with everything that's going on, just like being there. But when you're mingling with other media folks from elsewhere, because, you know, definitely football is the most popular sport in the world, basically, right? And so when you're mingling with them, what are they saying that maybe not just saying because you're around, but what are they saying amongst themselves, and how Guam is progressing and where it's progressing? What are you hearing that they're saying about the Guam team?
Well, you know, there are some media that do ask me. They're like, you know, you're from a small country, and you know, why do you like to compete in these kind of tournaments, you know? And you know, the simple answer is that our team is good enough to be at that level, and you know, and now we're starting to get the results. So then they start to change their minds about, you know, our team. And you know, when we were in the Philippines last year in the Peace Cup, there were a couple of media, I guess, well, they're from the Philippines, and they were actually wanting us to beat the other countries to help them out, but then they had enough confidence in our team to even beat those countries.
So we are always the David of the Goliath. And you know, again, Ryan Guy is going to say, you know, we are the David. I mean, we're basically a population of 180 plus and minus a few thousand, and we're playing these countries that have billions of people collectively, right? Collectively, we're at 180. Collectively over there, they're over a billion people, and so to be able to again start rising, to be able to shut out a team that has millions of people, compared to, you know, and they have pool. I mean, they basically go anywhere, and they say, hey, they can get their best player, this and that. And so with Guam, and it's just really incredible, and you don't realize it until, you know, you feel, you experience, either you're there, or I'm glad FIFA has allowed us exclusivity, so you can almost be there with the team.
Well, I tell you, the other feeling is when Jill was talking about the Philippines last year, and the Philippines is another country that is really soaring right now in terms of their development, but they have 100 million people. And we played them in their hometown, in their home stadium, in front of their home packed stadium in the Rizal Stadium, and we lost 1-0.
Yeah.
And we lost the goal in the 81st minute. So 0-0 up until the 81st minute.
And it was more, and I saw that again, it was more our mistake
Right,
than their skills.
Right, and to see the way that the team and their home crowd celebrated scoring one goal against Guam really shows just how far we've come. And to see the disappointment on our players' faces that we've lost to the Philippines, where in the past, you know, like the guys were talking about, it was a regular thing. So we're really moving forward, but now we need to play more games and keep it going.
And it says a lot, too, when you look at the Philippines in its population versus Guam, and we have 3 of our national players playing over there. And of the pool of players that they can get from only their homeland, okay? They have other players from other homelands, but 3 of our players are four players now. Four players.
Yeah.
So we've gone up since the last time. 4 players. That says a lot for our program as well, because not only are they doing well for our national team, but other countries now are scouting them and wanting them to play in their perspective.
Yeah, and that's part of the international game too.
This weekend's event, please tell us about it.
So on Saturday at 1 o'clock at the Chevy Showcase down in the AK, we'll have the Matao players there from 1 till 4. We're going to do some skills tests with players on the Road to Victory campaign with AK, a very good sponsor and good supporter of ours. So come down, meet the players, and kick the ball around a little bit, and there's some great prizes to have down there.
So they'll be signing mini soccer balls. They'll be giving away victory bags, you know, and really all the events, you can find them on GFA's Facebook, facebook.com/Guam Football. And you'll see all the news on there too as well.
And you'll be able to see this show tonight on that page as well, right?
Yes, and on that page as well, yeah.
There we go. And so come down to the AK showroom this Saturday and experience that. If your kids are wanting to get into the game, they haven't started yet, you want to get information about the soccer academy, come down, get all the information out there, and also meet the Guam-based national players and ask all you want. If you want to be a sponsor, you have a lot of money, want to be a sponsor too, invite you down there as well. Hey, we'll talk to you tomorrow morning on this 63 tomorrow radio station. We'll talk about this and whatever else you want to talk about. Until then, it's good night. Thank you, guys.
Thanks. Thank you.
Closed caption.